After the underwhelming pointlessness of The Flash, I really felt I needed to cleanse myself of the sludge that once used to be the great DC. And the way to do that was with something to remind me how great DC used to be. And that was none other than Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. It was a feature-length spin-off from the popular Batman the Animated series, featuring the late Kevin Conroy as the Dark Knight himself, alongside Mark Hamill, Dana Delaney, Stacey Keach, Ape Vigoda, Dick Miller and Hart Bochner. But unfortunately, it barely had a theatrical run due to the lack of decent marketing, but over the years since its release has it finally gotten the attention it deserves, and thank God for that. The movie kicks off with some mobsters led by Chucky Soul, voiced by Dick Miller, doing gangster stuff, but then Batman crashes the party and knocks 10 bells of shit out of the goons. Chucky thinks, fuck that, then legs it. Suddenly, a shadowy figure shows up. Chucky tries to escape and is killed doing so. Batman goes to see what's happened, only for witnesses to assume he's the murderer. Next day, suit wanker Arthur Reeves, played by die-hard suit wanker Hart Bochner, campaigns to have Batman arrested, turning the public against him, and to make things worse, Bruce's ex, Andrea Beaumont, has returned. And while this is happening, another mobster named Buzz encounters the mysterious Phantasm. And let's just say the experience left him crushed. Batman further investigates, leading him to find out the killings are connected to his ex and her father, played by Stacey Keach. And former mob boss Sal Valestra turns to the Joker out of desperation, believing he's next. And that goes about as well as you'd expect. And with the entire Gotham police force on Batman's tail and the bodies piling up, Batman must act quickly to put an end to the madness before it's too late. The film doesn't fuck about with the dark brooding mystery and flashbacks that further develop the plot as well as the characters. In the flashbacks, we are treated to a young, inexperienced Bruce Wayne whose plans of cleaning up the streets are hindered by a smoking hot redhead named Andrea, who he later ends up falling for. And after some pondering, it's looking like he's ready to settle down. Until she fucks off. Never mind, dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. Plenty more fish in the sea. And since she's gone, he figures, fuck it, I'll dress up like a bat and pummel some bad guys, which always does the trick when you're cruelly dumped. I am honestly trying to comprehend how a feature-length spin-off of a Saturday morning cartoon for kids can be so maturely written, so much grittier and so much smarter than any of the more mature live-action rubbish we've been getting lately. The mystery is well crafted and intricate with enough twists and turns to keep you guessing. And the Phantasm is genuinely intimidating. He may have been a more toned down version of the more violent Reaper villain, but he still comes across as a genuine threat that seems virtually unkillable, disappearing in a puff of smoke like some supernatural entity. The late Kevin Conroy may have just voiced the Dark Knight, but that didn't stop him being the best. He could be brooding and stoic, but he also brought charm when he wanted to. And here, he is no exception. There's a scene in one flashback where after suffering a beatdown while on his date, Bruce begins to question his vengeful obsession, leading him to beg for forgiveness by his parents' grave, as if wanting to have a normal life and being happy disgraces their memory. It's a scene that perfectly captures just how powerful his trauma has affected him, with Kevin Conroy portraying Bruce at his most raw and vulnerable, and it makes me miss the man even more. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, you are the best, and you always will be. Dana Delaney does a great job as Andrea Beaumont, starting off in the flashbacks as witty and playful, but also loving and supportive, to the present day where she becomes lost and withdrawn. And as the movie goes on, we see why she has become that way. Stacey Keach provides decent support as Andrea's father Carl, the man suspected of being the Phantasm, taking revenge on the mobsters who ruined his and his daughter's life. Series regulars Bob Hastings as Gordon and Robert Costanzo as Harvey Bullock return, including Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred, bringing his usual dry wit and quips while also showing his support as a surrogate father, always there for Bruce Wayne in his time of need. And last but not least, Mark Hamill also reprises his role as the Joker. And man, he is such a blast. I love the scene where he first appears and he practically starts abusing Sal, who's now a frail old man. Or the part where he's getting beat up and it looks like he's about to reach for the meat cleaver, only to use a fucking salami. Seriously, I piss myself laughing every time. Hamill is obviously having fun here, and I can't help but enjoy every moment he's on screen. He does a great job switching from eccentric showman to cackling psychopathic clown, and the scene where his number is up, leading to one of the biggest Joker laughs ever, is pure fucking magic. Funny, charismatic, and downright fucking scary. It's no wonder some people still regard him as their favourite Joker. The animation is outstanding, with dark shadows and Shirley Walker's epic haunting score adding to the gothic atmosphere. Not forgetting the noirish Art Deco design of Gotham, really making the city feel alive. And you got to love that the Fair of the Future, where Bruce and Andrea spent their day together, is now being used as a setting for the Joker's hideout, as well as the final climax. It's a great reflection of Bruce and Andrea's relationship, with the Joker's presence destroying everything that made it great. Okay, it's not perfect, as we're clearly never given any scenes where Batman's innocence is proven to the public, and Commissioner Gordon clearly just fucks off and disappears. And as great as the mystery is, I wouldn't be surprised if most of you lot figured it out pretty quickly. But at less than 80 minutes, it never feels underwritten or thin on plot. It somehow manages to bring a lot while still being tightly written. And Christ, this should be a lesson to movie makers and the studios that not every film needs to be 4 fucking hours long. It gets to the point, and despite being aimed at kids, it never once talks down to them. It challenges them, challenges their outlooks by presenting 2 characters who have gone through pain and how it has affected them differently. It can also be a great cautionary tale about how bitterness, anger, resentment, and even vengeance can consume you if you let it. It's action-packed, scary, gritty, violent, yet darkly funny and entertaining, with a great brooding mystery combined with a tragic love story. A film that has aged like a nice bottle of single malt scotch. Right, that's me done. I'm off down to the pub. 'Cause I'm Batman.